team. CNBC TV18 Weekender.
Hello and welcome to CNBC TV18 Weekender. I'm Shruti Mishra. My guest today is an alumnus of Parsons School of Design, New York, and for him building a graphic design company was an apparent choice. But little did he know that going back to his roots would be his true calling. Today he's created a brand around Ayurveda. Let's go and meet Vivek Sahni, founder and director of Kama Ayurveda, and know how he turned this ancient science over its head and made it glamorous. Thank you, Vivek, for bringing us to this beautiful store at Santa Cruz. You studied design at the Parsons School of Design in New York. In 1993, you established your first graphic design company, Vivek Sahni Design. I believe in 1998, the company was working with the government to revive the Khadi brand.
Yes.
Do you think that this exposure about natural products sowed the seeds for Kama Ayurveda?
So, Khadi happened randomly. We were asked to design some gift packaging for them. And then when we started designing gift packaging, I was like, what's inside this product? And, is it clean? Is it not clean? And, some products are made, Khadi's cooperatives around the country.
Yeah.
And, I was like, what is the system of testing to make sure that there's uniformity in this stuff? So if you want to present it to somebody, different batches from different places you might end up getting a rash from somewhere. Yeah. So I actually got involved in a process whereby we actually worked with some of the biggest Khadi vendors and actually went through the process of seeing how the products were made and cleaning them up, working with the government labs. So it was nothing to do with me, but the government labs were helping them clean up. And because of that, I actually got to see how products are made, like ground up, what you add in a shampoo, what you make in a cream. And so when that product finished, I guess that was those are the seeds for Kama, absolutely.
Kama Ayurveda was started in 2002 to essentially promote the message of authentic Ayurveda. Tell us the startup story.
Frankly, in 2002, nobody really knew about it. It was smelly bottles, brown, smelly oils and ugly looking bottles. But then we started looking at these products and they were extraordinary, their treatments and they work. So here's something which is Indian, which is traditional, which has proven efficacy. It's a science and nobody knows about it. Yeah. And that's how it started.
You saw an opportunity.
Yeah, an extraordinary opportunity. And more than just, an opportunity of that is, this has to be exposed.
How long did it take you to kind of, research and actually come up with products, find a place?
So we actually spent 2 years figuring it out.
Okay.
2003, I think we started. I guess we were lucky because we used all our friends.
Okay.
Basically our friends and all our friends' to get into their shops, hotels, whatever. It was like that, like a friend of mine used to run the Uber beauty parlors, so I was like, it's going in there. So, so it's great exposure, a particular kind of, it's tiny, but still a fair amount of a population.
Yes.
Target population was going to those beauty parlors, salons, and it was great. So suddenly people wanted to buy the product. And what was interesting was, this French woman who had started a tiny little company in France sourcing the best beauty products from around the world. And she saw these products and fell in love with them. And suddenly we were in France.
Wow.
Before anything else. So actually I think we sent our first out to France in 2003 and we didn't have very many products. There were like, I think 12, 10
and it was
12.
all word of mouth.
Only word of mouth. Only word of mouth. And basically, I guess, there were 4 of us, we had lots of friends and connections, so I guess we leveraged everything possible.
All right, now the turning point in your business came in 2005 when you got orders from like 5-star hotels like the Oberoi, the Park Hotel, supplying toiletries to them. But you decided to lay low for almost a decade and then you opened your first store in 2012. Was this a deliberate move? What was the idea behind this?
I was very clear about these all natural product versions. So whatever you see in this store, it says 97% natural or 80% natural or 60% natural. At that point in time, it was just oil or powder. So it was literally 100% natural, Ayurvedic oils and Ayurvedic powders. That is it, nothing else. With 12 products, you can't start a shop. And because you can't, what am I going to sell? And I think if you actually follow this process of actually trying to make a natural product and make it as clean as possible, it takes a while. I think by the time 10, 11 came up, we actually had a portfolio of products. And it seemed right. So that 1 year was one shop. And I guess we were thrilled that it did well. I have to say, I used to park myself there every day for 2 hours and 3 hours. I couldn't move. I used to watch people coming to shop and to see what they were buying, because for me it was fascinating to see, you know, what this is about, because you know, it's exciting, you know, ground up.
And was it difficult explaining to customers then, because
torture.
like you said, nobody knew.
Torture. No, even 2012 torture. Forget about 2002. And no, it is, because, you know, like, is it herbal? Is it Ayurvedic? Is it this? What is it? With herbal hoega, you know, I mean, because there's so many herbal brands in India, there's a, you know, plethora of them. So what is Ayurvedic? Same thing, planti to hai. You know, it is like, it's not an easy one. The education took a while, I have to say. But now I think that's changed. That's changed quite a lot. The
wellness and beauty industry is at its peak right now. There's so much competition. How did you create your niche, and what is the USP of Kama Ayurveda?
It's the same USP with what we started with, which is basically problem solution enhancement. It's very, very specific. So you come to me because you want to look good, not necessarily smell good.
Correct.
You know, because the thing is, once you find a hair oil or a cream which suits you, you're very unlikely to go switch. Because it's so difficult to find one. Okay. Your shower gel, you'll happily change, nobody cares. Or your soaps, you'll happily change, because, you know, you want something nice smelling, so we're not a sensorial brand. You know, you come to us because your hair is falling, you have dandruff, you have pigmentation, dark circles, fine lines, acne. You know, it's a treatment brand, and we fix it naturally. So it's not a quick fix. You know, it takes 20 days, it takes 30 days, it takes 40 days. But it does work.
All right, on that note, it's time for a short break. But don't go anywhere as we continue our chat with Vivek Sahni, the man whose endeavor is to make us feel beautiful inside out. Stay tuned.
CNBC TV18 Weekender.
Welcome back. You're watching CNBC TV18 Weekender. We're with Vivek Sahni. Now, Vivek, you know, you decided to bet big on something that was 100% Indian, and then you made it into a global brand. Tell us, you know, how did you get such an extensive coverage globally?
For the international strategies, there's no strategy. We were just really lucky. There were these people who would buy the product. So we were in, I told you, French Vogue right at the beginning when this lady came and found us, and we were in there. Then we went Tatler, then we went Japanese Vogue, because some, you know, people are, I guess, looking for something new and something different. And what ends up happening is, because specifically Khan Market and some of the other stores, you know, which are really, I guess, in prime locations, there's a whole bunch of tourists who go through there. And you buy this product, you take it back, you like it, you know more about it, you use it again. And then there are tons of beauty editors everywhere who are also looking for something which is new, which is and obviously not necessarily available. So the majority of this coverage actually came out a while ago when there was no access to our products anywhere. So it was just like this very interesting product, this treatment product out of India, an enhancement product out of India.
Just to cater to the global audience, did you kind of change your packaging, or was it the same product that you're selling in India?
So we've certified ourselves in the EU. Which is a very long process. It's almost 2 to 3 years, because every ingredient they want to know where it's from, how, what chemicals, what this, what that, some must banned. So, you know, we basically went through the entire process. And you have to work obviously with European companies who do these certifications, you know, they're authorized companies. And we've just done it a second time round, because they changed their laws about 2 or 3 years ago. So the second round is done again. So your labeling especially has to be compliant with, you know, it to be bilingual or trilingual. Claims, you know, you can't make claims the way people make claims here. So basically the packaging which goes out is, you know, what we're doing now is basically all of our packaging will be the same. So this is the same languaging. So we're basically in the process of doing that.
Today, Kama Ayurveda has over 20 retail outlets across the country. Now, majority of these are big exclusive stores, while your products are also kind of available at select stores across the country. You know, though your reach is massive, but your, you know, your pricing seems to be appealing mostly to the elite class. What do you have to say about that?
Pure products cost money, okay? And then there is obviously the cost of, you know, everything else that goes with it. So in actual fact, I don't think we are potentially as expensive as we could be. So we, and I think it goes back to when we first started making the product. You know, we didn't, the first set of products, we didn't actually go out looking and saying, you know, my hair oil is this and the competition is that. We were like, let's just make the best hair oil. And, you know, then put a price to it. And in actual fact, I think our COGS are pretty high compared to most other people.
Yes.
Because of of this value system of trying to be as clean and pure as is possible, within the parameters of making a shampoo and making a cream.
All right, so Vivek, you have what, over 120 products today. Tell me your best sellers, both in terms of products and on treatments.
So the most expensive product is my night serum, and that's amongst my best sellers. Okay. So basically, skincare for us is the biggest category within Kama, and within skincare, I think the serum is number one, primarily because it works. And it's been around for now 14 years, and it's worked. So and I think it corrects a lot of things. It's dark circles, fine lines, pigmentation. Long-term use prevents acne. So basically, all issues which are facing a lot of people in this country, just because the levels of pollution, the levels of where we live, how we are, and also age. So that is, I think,
your best seller.
That's the top, and the skincare, and then from there is a cream, which is also based on that. The night cream, then there's a day cream, rose water, face wash, and then also based on the serum, we developed a really lovely face scrub, which is really, really fine. And that's also in the top 5 or 6 of our skincare products.
What is Kama Ayurveda's turnover? How profitable are you today?
I've been growing consistently from the beginning, but the real jumps have happened now in the since 2012.
Okay.
So we had one store 2012, one store 2013, another store 2014, 15 stores 2015.
Wow.
So it just sort of jumped, and we're growing, I guess, about like 58-60%, something like that.
Okay, 50 to 60% compound annual growth rate. And you can't...
In between was even higher. After these 15 stores came, obviously the jump became like 80%, 90%.
Yeah.
But now about 60%, and I hope to take it up even further.
And can you give me a turnover number?
At the moment we're still a dot. So when I've become a slightly bigger dot, then I'll tell you what the numbers are.
Like you mentioned, Ayurvedic products don't have a good odor or color like the other cosmetic products that we use. We've discussed this before, that how much confidence did people initially show in your product, and what is your single biggest challenge even today?
The aroma. So it's a full sensorial experience.
True.
So the skin is the biggest absorber in your body. Okay, it absorbs everything. So you apply it on your skin, and your skin is absorbing it, and you're supposed to relax. And then the aroma also works on you. So the herbs are working on your body, and then the aroma is working through your sensorials, and you actually find that in the long run, it works as a whole, as an entire experience. But it is definitely, especially in India. So I find the foreigners, the Japanese, don't mind it because they're not a sensorial category anymore. They've been through the sensorial, meaning they've been through nice smelling, now they're looking for pure clean.
Okay.
While here, we're just starting, so it's a brand new category. So, when you're looking at, so first thing is, I want a nice smelling thing, like what is this? You smell it like, so they actually come to me when you actually have a problem. Your hair is falling, you have acne, and it's not going away. That's when you come to me. And then I guess you get used to it, and then you stay.
How is the Ayurvedic product industry involved in India? We're talking about Ayurveda that originated in India over 6,000 years ago. What is your view on commoditization of Ayurveda?
It's a system of healing, it's a system of medicine.
Yeah.
And yoga and Ayurveda are sister sciences, so they balance, they balance each other. And it's supposed to, so Ayurveda also does not treat the symptom. Because symptom, you might have a cold, but it's actually treating the cause to find out what the cause of that acne or the cold or whatever it is. What's happened now, of course, is that there's that traditional healing system, which is followed by lots of pharmacies, hospitals across.
Yeah.
We decided not to go into internal medicine at all, and we decided to stay only at the beauty aspects of it. Like with herbal and like with anything else, put one dot of something and it becomes Ayurveda. So, that's not really good, but I guess it's a great space to be cashing in on. So I guess that people are doing that.
One can't talk about Ayurveda without mentioning Patanjali, that has pretty much made it mainstream. They have a whole array of products. What is your view on the Patanjali phenomenon?
Thanks to Patanjali,
people know it.
That's sorted. So actually, it's been great for us.
But kind of, their products come at a much, much lower price.
Well, again, it's a different market. It's a different product range. It's a different kind of stuff. I mean, it's different. It's it's a different engagement. They're looking at a much larger mass base, manner more specific treatment, and they're looking at a at a particular kind of problem which we are addressing. They're doing sort of more general products. But for us, just the exposure of Ayurveda, Patanjali has been phenomenal. I think it's been great.
So take me to the manufacturing process. Where are your facilities?
We've always made our own formulations, and we've always outsourced the production. Two big ones in South India who we work with.
And what's the production capacity?
Let's put it this way. I mean, out of our own stores, on an average day, we do many thousands. So.
Okay, on that note, it's time for us to take another short break, but don't go anywhere as we put Vivek on a quick rapid fire round when we return.
CNBC TV18 Weekender.
Welcome back. You're watching CNBC TV18 Weekender. We're with Vivek Sahni, founder and director of Kama Ayurveda. Take me through your marketing initiatives. I know it started with word of mouth, but will you get more aggressive as you go forward?
We do a whole bunch of different things. So one is direct customer engagement. So within the stores, we have like different groups of women. So around the country, different kinds of women, different groups of women who come in. And we have Ayurvedic doctors in all our stores. Usually come in twice a week or thrice a week or once a week, depending on the store. And what ends up happening is we basically give them a consultation. We do like a little DIY thing for them. We found that basically once you touch the product, basically, the conversion rates are very high. We do different kind of engagement where we do talks in cities. So basically the talks on Ayurveda and beauty. So it's not about just we present it. It's a general talk on Ayurveda and beauty, but it's powered by us. How your body functions, in a nutshell, and the way your body functions is why things are happening to the way you look. And so it's a different way of looking at beauty as against just putting stuff on your face.
And you do have a section mother and child, right? What is that?
It's a nascent thing. We've got a very good baby massage oil, and we've got a very nice baby soap. Okay. For mothers, there's a whole bunch of different products, especially an oil, which is pre and postnatal. We have a very nice firming oil for stretch marks and for sagging breasts, etc., which happen after pregnancy. And we're expanding that range,
So, you have an online presence. How are sales there, and what is the kind of breakup between online and offline sales?
Online for us is growing very fast. We're very lucky. We sell online on our own store. We sell on Nykaa. We sell on Amazon, and we are, I think, just getting onto Myntra. And while last year it was not as high, I think this year we might be, in the 17–18% kind of.
All right, Vivek, so now it's time for me to put you on a quick rapid fire round. Brace yourself. Are you ready now?
Yes.
All right. So a product of Kama Ayurveda you use and you can't do without?
The night cream.
The night cream?
Yeah.
All right. The better industry for Ayurvedic products, India or abroad?
Well, at the moment, India, yes, for me. But I think potentially at the end of it, global, yes.
All right. Your favorite cuisine?
Almost vegan, natural, so very boring.
So you've turned vegan?
No, not vegan, but pretty vegetarian-ish.
All right, Your de-stress regime?
I try not to get stressed. And for that, I follow a meditative practice, which I've done for the last 15 years. And I try and do yoga. Yoga? 3 days a week,
Favorite fragrance?
Oh, lots. Love scent. From Comme des Garçons. And they're based on... They're called Incense. It's the Incense series, and one of my favorites is something called Avignon. And there's another one now out of Brooklyn called DS and Durga, which I love.
All right. If you were not an entrepreneur, what would you have been?
Maybe teaching? I don't know.
Teaching?
Yeah.
All right. A book on your bedside?
Oh, it's something about eating with my gut or cleaning with my gut, or something about the gut.
All right. My final question to you is one beauty tip that you would like to give to our audience.
Wash your face every day, twice a day, and exfoliate at least 3 times a week.
All right. Well done, Vivek. Now take me through the future plans with Kama Ayurveda. Are you coming up with more products, more stores?
The new products that are coming out, actually in the next 3 to 4 months, is a sensitive skin range. So face wash, sensitive moisturizer, natural makeup remover. So a range which is that, some more nice smelling things also, like body butter, moisturizer type things for the winter. That's as far as the new stuff goes. We've got a lot. We've just opened a store in Coimbatore last month. We've got an opening Jaipur next month, and 2 more in Bangalore in the next 2 months. So a fair amount of, so I think we'll have opened 8 stores this year.
Talking about the global market, where do you see the maximum demand come from globally?
So at the moment, the single biggest group that buys my products are the Japanese, out of India, you know. I mean, it's quite, it's obviously the pockets where Japanese live, so, you know, Gurgaon, Delhi, you know, Bombay, some of the stores, Chennai. And to the extent that we have brochures now in Japanese. So that's one of the biggest TGs, you know, which is there. And also what is really interesting about it is because it's one of the most advanced beauty markets in the world, and it's very great that we actually have some traction there. So that's an area we are exploring. Any
plans of setting up shop there?
That's what we're exploring. You know, we'd love to, but it takes a while. These things are not easy. So, you know, the process takes a bit.
Kama Ayurveda raised an undisclosed amount of funding from Lighthouse Emerging India investors in 2014. Would you be looking at raising another round, especially now when you're looking at global partnership?
I'm sure we will. And I'm sure we will be exploring that.
How soon?
I don't know. I mean, I guess quite soon, because.
And how much would you be looking at raising?
I don't have a clue, because, you know, the thing is, do I know if I'm going to get a shop in London, Paris, New York, Tokyo? You know, the cost of that, staff of that, and then it's a condition of all of those things.
All right, Vivek, thank you so much for giving us time. It was wonderful talking to you. Wish you the very best for your future endeavors.
Thank you.
With that, it's a wrap on this edition of Weekender. Until next week, from the entire team, goodbye and many thanks for watching.
CNBC TV18 Weekender.